Hello, my friends. Good evening, good morning, whatever it is for you. Um, Feels like it's been a while. I don't know, has it? It's been a long day for me anyway. A little bit of legal headaches. Um, that's why I'm gonna keep it a little bit shorter today because I haven't eaten yet, and I do wanna eat, and my girlfriend's cooking, so. It'll be a short round of maybe half an hour or something today. But I think it's enough given there's not that much interesting things to talk about besides Bitcoin. So we'll do that, run through Bitcoin, see what's up, dip into altcoins, but not too much, and then that's that. Don, so what's the confirmation? What do we need to break? I mean, we've had the confirmation ages ago, my friend. That's the thing. The confirmation came in a long time ago. That's why I'm bullish. That's why I've been bullish. What we do need to break is this monthly resistance, and it's at 23K, and we are trading at 28K. So that's that. But yeah, we'll talk about it. Anything I'm forgetting? I don't think so. I do not think so. Cred said he's waiting for the yearly candle to get confirmation. I trust that guy. Yeah, but he's a little bit short-sighted. You should wait for the century to close, and then you can go hard. Anyway, let's get this thing rolling because, like I said, I'm not gonna stick around for too long. Apologies for that. This is the monthly chart, right? And we had a quick dip into support, which we've talked about at length. Completely went crazy down there. People sold, USDC, drama, like FUD, all of it. Good old kind of action for bottoms, really, right? We had the FTX blow up down here. We have USDC fears down here, both turned out to be excellent entries. And now we'll talk about it on lower time frames. We had the same thing with Binance, right? So every time FUD gives a dip, it's been good to buy it. So that's quite nice. I like that. I like when that's happening. But yeah, the monthly time frame is pretty simple. We closed this month above 23, above this resistance. And we technically have a range breakout. This is the monthly range in here, right? Between these two black lines that are completely straight and not wobbly at all. And the range here, range fake out to the downside, reclaimed the range, broke to the upside, right? So that's as simple as it gets. Whenever you have a range breakout to the downside that doesn't do anything, but instead gets reclaimed, you just want to target the next resistance. And the next resistance is 35K. So that's been the target. So far, so good, right? The buys that we've done at 16K, almost up to X. And there's still quite a bit to go. So monthly looks good. Monthly is bullish. If the next 2 days go horribly wrong and we dump below 23K, forget I ever said that and hide in your bunkers because we're fucked at that point. But I doubt that's going to happen. I'm pretty certain we'll be good. So that's that. That's the monthly time frame. Looking good. The weekly time frame, as aptly stated by my map, looks amazing. Cannot really complain. The weekly looks good as long as we realistically hold 20K. That said, my new invalidation for anything really is below this. So basically, if we come back below this current impulse candle that we've had, I think it's done for. So you could technically, and I might actually just do this. I'll do it like this because everything moved up a little bit. We're looking good. Down there, very much danger zone. Down here, it's fucked. So, and this is the cool thing if you get in on a trend early, because I mean, we bought here, and at that point, the invalidation was lower than 16K, obviously, otherwise just have to insta close your position. Got in here, price moved up, and then invalidation moved up to 16K. So like basically at that point, the invalidation was the entry, which is nice, gives you peace of mind. And it's not just, oh, I want to move my invalidation to the entry so I don't lose money. It's actually reasonable, right? Because if you have a range and a range fake out down here that moves you back into the range, you obviously don't want to come back down to the range fake out, because 2 range fake outs are very, very rare. So at that point, it was very, very likely that if we ever went below 17K, we would have made new lows, right? So it's a reasonable move of your invalidation, which is quite neat. And then we moved up a little bit higher and had this uptrust again. And now our invalidation is down here. So worst comes to worst, any buys that came in at the lows are going to be in 35% profit. And that's quite good, especially given that we're giving the trade enough room to breathe. Because if it just goes to 60K, which looking at this chart, it very well can, in my opinion, I'm more than happy basically to give back this, like these 20% for the chance of making these 120%. That's why I'm holding. I might reconsider that at 32 to 35K, which is weekly and monthly resistance. But right now, I don't really see a reason to. And given we have the strongest narrative we've ever had in crypto, which is bank failures and bank bailouts, especially, I don't think bank failures would be too bullish, like if it was a broad problem. But bank bailouts is basically the most bullish thing you can have for crypto. It's why crypto exists. It's why a lot of us are in this market. It's basically opening the eyes to a lot of people that what's going on in the world is not really right? So it becomes the narrative to play, which I like. We have a strong narrative now, and we have a strong narrative going into the halving. So we not only have the meme halving pump coming, we also have a strong narrative for it. So that's a good one. It's a good combination to have, especially just looking at the chart. I mean, what can you say? This chart looks amazing. So yeah, there we go. That's that. And if we now go to the daily time frame, you see what I was talking about with the FUD, right? So basically FTX was this, and we bottomed on the FTX news. USDC was down here. We bottomed on that. And now we've had Binance news, which I'm sure I don't need to go into. People have probably read up on it, but there's a bunch of very bad looking information out about CZ and how Binance is run, and with who Binance has kind of worked with, and blah blah blah, all that kind of shit, right? It's objectively just not nice. It's not like it was a secret. I've been talking about this for quite a while, but price-wise, what we keep on doing is we keep on getting new hit pieces in crypto, right? Crypto gets attacked, we put a bottom in and then squeeze the fuck out of it. Same has been true for this one. Obviously not out of the wood yet. We haven't really broken out, but given how this looks, I think that's just a matter of time. So low time frames look good. Technically speaking, we have a move up. We have sideways movement. Ignore everything else. TA-wise, doesn't get cleaner than that, right? And could just do this. And that's honestly what I'm expecting. If we lose on the daily time frame, 25K, and kind of start going below it, besides just having a wick down there, I think we start looking really shitty. So there's also an early warning here if you don't want to wait for the monthly and the weekly. So if you lose 25K, that's also quite bad. It's not the end of the world, but given that this is the range on the left side, I don't like if we lose it. So There you go. For the people that don't want to have this wide of an invalidation, that's another one. But yeah, looks good on all time frames. Monthly looks excellent. Weekly looks really good. Daily looks really good. I mean, what we've been doing basically is set a low, set a higher low, and grind up. Like I don't have anything to say about that. That is negative. Why don't you look at Bitcoin divided by money supply? Because I don't care. I mean, you want to look at charts that people look at, not at charts that people don't look at, because you want to trade what other people are trading. But you can look at it if you want to kind of calculate whether you're outpacing inflation and all else. But I personally don't really care. I mean, I'm just trying to make more dollars at the end of the day. I don't want to overcomplicate things. Any questions about Bitcoin? Anything that I missed that I should talk about? Because I think it's pretty simple. I've been saying I think it's pretty simple for a while now. It's up only until until the bears actually start proving that it's not, which the bears have been hilariously pathetic, and every time it's pulled back, they've come out of the woodworks and gloated, and every time they've started gloating, the price went up by 20%. So yeah, I'm just ready to ride this thing. Maybe healthy pullback to 25k. I don't think that would be healthy at all. I don't like a pullback to 25k wouldn't be healthy. I think be unhealthy if anything. Like I don't know why people always like if you have a strong trend, you don't want pullbacks. Especially new emerging trends. Like here. You have a breakout. I mean, where's your pullback to 12k? Like where is it? The healthy pullback to 12k. So here? No. Here? No. Here? Oh no shit, no. Where is it? Well, not here. Not here. Well, shit out of luck. You don't want healthy pullbacks. There's no healthy pullback. That price action was post-halvening. Yes, that price action was also COVID. But I'm saying when you have a strong trend, especially in a new emerging trend, you don't necessarily need the healthy pullbacks, healthy whatever. The healthy pullback is no pullback. How high can we go in this rally? 60k? I mean, I'm still in the camp that we can make new all-time highs. And I'm going to change my mind the moment this starts looking shit. You guys know me. I'm the first guy to run the moment something looks shady. I've been made fun of for closing positions early for 90% of my trading career. And I have not been closing positions since the bottom because it's been looking so excellent. So, yeah. 32k, then 20k? No. In my opinion, anyway, like I cannot predict the future, right? But if I had to make a guess, you get 32k into 27k pullback into breakout. And that's it. That's the best pullback I can give you. 28, 27, something of the sort. So as in, we go up from here, and then we pull back to where we are right now after a big rally. I believe we have not based for long enough during this bear market. Dude, everyone that had their money on FTX, the FTX team just sat there and fucking sold your coins into the market. And people bought it. Like someone bought it. That's as much of a distribution and accumulation as you can get. You don't need a basing pattern after that. Now, obviously, this shit can still do this and then go. It can also dump and then it would look just horrendous. I mean, like I said, the reason why I'm saying this is just going to go up is because the narrative is so good. You have a chart that looks like this, and then you have the narrative that just doesn't get better, right? Like, Like, it's so difficult for me to just see this go down while we have banks getting bailed out. Like, how would that make any sense? Like, that just be the most bearish thing in the world, because then, like, if you get your pullback to 20K that people are waiting for, what you get instead is this, and then probably this. And I just don't think that's happening. Like, we have the strongest narrative, and you don't want that narrative to fail. Now, obviously, if the entire market collapses, which I don't think it will, I don't think all the banks in the world will go bankrupt, then we have a different story, right? But then you have bigger problems than Bitcoin going up or down. So I'm not even entertaining that. I'm obviously gonna, like, I obviously have, or am positioned in a way that I'm gonna be fine if it happens. Like, I've spread my money that I have in the banks out on as many banks as I have, basically, and I've moved most of it where I'm sure it's gonna be insured to some extent, but you're gonna have bigger problems. I see a bunch of people being like, oh yeah, banks are gonna fail, so Bitcoin's gonna go down, and I'm like, if you're in shorts, right? Like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, if you're bearish Bitcoin, you're shorting it because you think banks are failing, right? Like, well, if a bank fails and if a lot of banks fail and you're shorting with USDT or USDC or whatever, I mean, those stable coins are probably going to go down, right? And then you're going to be stuck in a position as Bitcoin. Like, if Bitcoin, you're trading with stable coins, right? Normally. And unless you're trading on BitMEX, usually on all the leveraged exchanges, you trade with stable coins, or most of the time anyway, right? So what you have is, if the stable coins go down, the Bitcoin price actually goes up. So you're in a short, where you're shorting Bitcoin because you think, well, Bitcoin's going to go down, and it might relatively, but if a stable coin goes to 0.5, right, and that's the main trading pair that you're trading, well, Bitcoin just doubled and you're completely and utterly fucked. So, like, I don't understand how this makes any sense. Like, how do people make any sense of this kind of positioning? I don't get it. Like, if anything, you would have to say, hey, I'm gonna... Well, I'm back. Sorry about that. Too spicy. Rugged live, yeah. It's been a while. Let me quickly type F5 for the people. Oh. Okay. Got too spicy. They rugged us. They rugged us. I shouldn't have talked about banks failing. Anyway, I think a lot of people don't really think about what they're actually saying. Then again, I'm pretty stupid myself, so maybe I'm just not making any sense. But there we go. But yeah, that's kind of my thinking. I'm not really in the banks are gonna fail camp. I'm in the banks are gonna get bailed out, and bailouts in general, I think, are bullish Bitcoin, because people are gonna be like, well, there's one way to protest, and that's buying Bitcoin, right? I mean, there's a few ways to protest, including burning shit down, but there's one financial way to do it, and that's buying Bitcoin. That's kind of my thinking. That's why I don't want to see pullbacks. You have this kind of narrative. You don't want it to fail. It's just how it goes. And I will change my mind if price action gets bearish. But I mean, and this is something that even the bears in the chat have to agree with. We got hilariously bearish on all social medias down here. On a wick, 5% below the high. Like, it's absolutely insane how bearish everyone got. Like, I cannot be the only one that saw this. Where, like, I mean, Capo came back. The famous bears were like, oh, this is gonna go down, blah blah blah. 5%. It only took 5%, and it took 5% to get Bybit funding, quite a bit negative. Like, people are waiting to short this thing, and I'm more than happy to kind of hold positions until people are waiting to long this thing massively, right? Like that's what I think makes the most sense. If you're kind of if you're just aggressive until positioning gets aggressive, because it's very much not. And I think the current situation that we're in would warrant positioning being aggressive, but we'll see. Barely dumped after CZ news. That was bullish. Yes. I mean, that's what we've been talking about over and over and over again. Low time frame wise, right? That's kind of what we're dealing with right now. 28K resistance. I mean, if there's anything that I've learned in crypto is that this is a shit resistance, right? So you might get a pullback to these kind of 28K supports. But I'd be shocked if this didn't break. So anyway, that's my Bitcoin take. If it's stupid, well, I'm making money with it. Good thing is, right, even if it's stupid, if enough people are stupid with me, I'm gonna make money regardless. And if it's genius, I'm gonna make money, so I'll take it. I don't know if it's stupid or not. I just know, like, I like to buy when people sell that don't want to sell, and they definitely did sell on the FTX news. That seemed way too cheap. And the same down here when people sold me fucking USDC, a stable coin that's supposed to be $1 for like 0.88. Like I mean, those kind of trades I just have to take. Yeah, I'm ready to see where it goes. Better stupid than mid-curve, exactly. Don, what's up, buddy? Bitcoin's up for now. Hopefully it stays up, but for now it's up. Let's talk about ETH, and then I'll probably head out. ETH PTC, I think like this is the best, like one of the best altcoin charts in the game. But, and there's a big but, and we like big buts. Oh Jesus. But it broke support, right? Low time frame support. I think in general, this trend line down here is gonna hold. But that can take a while, right? Like the longer this goes sideways, the more bullish I become. But if we break down here, come back up, whatever, and I don't think that's necessarily gonna happen, but I could see it go down here, come back up, go sideways here, be shitty, come up, come down, whatever, and then go, right? Like this could take, in my opinion, quite a long while to play out. It doesn't have to take long, but it can take long, right? So I'm looking for a rotation into ETH around 0.05. That's an interesting area to me. And like I said, the closer it gets to this trend line, the more happy I am. So if it nukes here to the support, I might not immediately buy it, because then I think like maybe we just go lower. If it takes a while and then goes to the support, like the closer it gets, the more likely it is that I'm just going to shift all my Bitcoin into ETH. It also gets much more attractive above 0.066. That's the resistance that we have to deal with. So any breakout there starts looking really good, especially given resistance been shit. Right. I mean, it's been really good, but it's shit now. So I mean, you cannot trust the resistance that's done this. It's a good one. It's been a good one, but I don't think it's going to hold for much longer. New ETH upgrade, bullish or bearish? I think nothing, really nothing burger. But we'll see. Anyway, that's ETH BTC. ETH USD, on the other hand, has broken out. It's been a shitty breakout, but it's broken out, and the target still stands at 2.5. I have a bunch of ETH. No, it's not too much, but I have a bunch of ETH. And as long as 1.5K holds, I'm going to be bullish ETH USD. But I think there's a good chance ETH BTC is just going to get slaughtered by Bitcoin moving up if Bitcoin starts moving up. So the ETH position is kind of like one where I'm like, okay, if I'm wrong on on my idea that altcoins are just going to get wrecked based off of Bitcoin strength, well, I at least have some ETH. And I do have, we can talk about my other two positions. I have XRP. I traded this. For the people that read my Twitter, I bought 0.37. I mean, I've bought this twice, right? I bought this for the longer term at 0.35. And I bought this here at 0.37. And I sold it into this resistance. So just for the people that haven't read my Twitter, I took that trade. It went up like 50, 60%. I managed to sell into like 57-ish, and quite happy with that because it hit resistance pretty much. I think that can go higher. I think the whole the SEC, like people are front running the SEC, is a little bit overblown because there's a good chance it's just people like me basically speculating that there might be a good outcome of the Ripple case, right? And then you're like you have a bunch of people speculating, and it doesn't actually, no one actually has to have any clue. And the moment enough people speculate, price goes up a little, and people are like, oh shit, it has to be insider trading, and then the rush in commences. And I think that's kind of what's happened with XRP. But I'm not sure. I still hold some. I had two positions. I had a large one at 0.37. Like I said, sold that for 50%. Took like 20 days. Quite a nice trade. And I have a little one at 0.37, which I'm intending to just hold and see how it goes. That's XRP. I'm not planning to rebuy the position I sold at 0.57 because I don't necessarily want to hold this. Like XRP was just an anomaly in my portfolio because I saw the strength and I was like, I just want to have more of it because I think it actually could outperform Bitcoin. And that has been the case, right? Like I bought it in here. It dumped a bit when Bitcoin giga rallied, but then outperformed Bitcoin. So instead of, if I bought Bitcoin, I would have made like 18% less, which is quite nice. But XRP BTC also at resistance now. So good reason to sell. I still think it should go up, but especially given we broke this weekly resistance, but I could see it have a struggle here a little bit, especially if Bitcoin goes up vertically. If Bitcoin starts going like this, I could see XRP just not moving, as in on the USD pair not moving, and then the BTC pair has like a proper pullback. So that's why I sold. Thought I'd give an update on that. And then on the Litecoin position, that's a little bit of a struggle here. Litecoin BTC has struggled. It kind of fits with my altcoin plan, right? I mean, I was like, altcoins are probably going to suffer. Litecoin hasn't been an exception. It's been doing better than a lot of other things, but it's not been an exception, right? So we had this range up here. The breakdown target was down here. We actually overshot it, came back, and are trading exactly where like at resistance basically. I don't really care about this too much. My thesis is still the same. I want to have Litecoin into the halving, and I don't want to necessarily miss the pump because Litecoin sometimes does stupid shit like this. So I'm happy to hold some Litecoin and have, it's not some, I have quite a bit of Litecoin to basically ensure myself if I'm wrong on my altcoin thesis or if I'm too slow to pull the trigger. I have some, and I mean, I bought it at 60, it's at 92, almost 93 now. And that on the USD pair actually looks fucking amazing. So yeah, I think if Bitcoin breaks, this is probably going to break 100 too. And then I want to rotate from Bitcoin into Litecoin the moment I think Bitcoin's somewhat done, because I think Litecoin could just rally past whatever Bitcoin's done. But yeah, I want to see Bitcoin strength, basically. Still the same thesis that I've had for the last few weeks that I've been talking about. Bitcoin up into alt BTC pairs down into still alt USD pairs up. That'd be my favorite thing. The higher Bitcoin goes without taking the alts with it, the bigger the jump is going to be once Bitcoin actually like chills. So basically, if Bitcoin goes from here to 40K or 50K or 60K or wherever it wants to go, as long as it's up, I think altcoins could struggle to keep up, but will bounce back strongly the moment Bitcoin chills. So that's kind of my game plan. I'm gonna keep my Bitcoin as long as I can, as long as it makes sense, and then I'm gonna rotate into the altcoins as I see fit. And Litecoin is still one of them that I'm interested in. XRP I milked quite a bit, and I still have a position that I don't plan on necessarily increasing. It's been a good ride. I mean, that 50-60% was fucking juicy. I absolutely loved it. And I'll see where I'll allocate next. But right now, nothing really smiles at me besides Bitcoin. I think if Bitcoin dumps here, altcoins are going to go down lower than Bitcoin. As in, like, Bitcoin loses 10% here, altcoins are going to lose 15 to 20. If Bitcoin gains 10, 15, 20, 30% in a day, which it has done and might do again, I think altcoins are going to gain like 5. So for me, the altcoin position isn't as clear. Besides, like, just having a little bit of your portfolio in it, just to make sure that if I'm wrong, I want to have some exposure. It's easier to buy into stuff once you actually have some exposure already. Like, for example, XRP, I bought at 0.37, at 0.35, and it went to 0.37. I knew I had a position, and I was like watching anyway because I already had a position. And I was like, okay, I just want to stock that up massively. Did, and got to sell 50% higher. So XRP, yeah, XRP, exactly. But yeah, I think that's it. I want to go eat. Food's on the table, but we'll just do this again relatively soon. I'm sorry for the short streams. Life's been a little bit busy, a lot to prepare with the little one coming, and also lots to trade right now. Like I've been doing like a lot of spot trading, and actually, and this is like, it's been a fun project of mine because I cannot really leverage trade, right? It's difficult tax wise. I can only, like, I can't do it with big size basically, because if I lose leverage trading, I cannot, basically I have to pay much more taxes on it, is the gist of it in Germany here. But I've been having fun on a Bybit account just for fun on the side, just seeing how often I can multiply it. And so far, I think I'm at like almost 10x. Might share that down the line. Probably gonna get liquidated before, but it's been fun. So I might talk about that down the line. I don't know if it interested anyone, but we can go over that at some point. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'm gonna be too lazy, but it's been a fun one because it's completely different from how I usually trade because of tax reasons, basically. But yeah, that's that. If you're interested in that, like, leave a comment or something. I don't know. Cred's been saying I should share it. I've been like, nah, I don't know. I'm too lazy because it's been a bit of a funny one. Anyway, leave a comment if you like under the video, not in the comment section right now because I'm gonna close the video. But yeah, appreciate you guys coming by. Let me know what you like, if you'd like that or not. I even if you'd like it, maybe I'll reconsider. Maybe the account gets liquidated. It's a fun account after all, but could talk about it running up like a smaller balance to like bigger numbers. Maybe that interests someone. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, love you guys. Have a nice evening, and we'll see each other Friday probably.